When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always
hold me up.
You won't believe what the Reverend said.
What?
He said I'm going to be a saint.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
He said
No. I've nominated her. Has to go through the College of Cardinals.
I'm great. I'm
Good.
listen to the rhythm of the gentle bossa nova.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Forget all your troubles, forget all your cares.
All right. Yeah. What's up, Tom? Oh, shit. Alan Bushnell's here. Hardback Cafe. Hardback Cafe 3.0. That doesn't work. You can't use that.
Street law.
Hardback Cafe 3.0. No, he's not. Yeah, Alan Bushnell. Oh, my God. Holy ham sandwiches. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Tapeworm. Give him a round of applause.
Herbert Mullins' death day was yesterday. His apprehension day is today. So Herbert Mullins, Santa Cruz, California, serial killer, killing people to prevent tidal waves and tsunamis. So he was almost in prison for 50 years. Just shy of a year and a day, and it would have been 50 years. So yesterday is his second death day. Anyway, here's his song. Normal childhood Boy Scout and Little League. Did around the time he took his first hit of weed. High school would have voted most likely to succeed. Best for distance in a car crash down in fast indeed. He dropped some LSD boys with distant body. Killed him to kill to prevent natural catastrophes. Earthquakes and tsunamis. Crash down in fast indeed. Lawrence White was to be the first kill of his breed. Baseball bat bloody Dixie attacked Mary Gill. Focused in valley garbage. Scattering church confession. He then had to stab the priest. Was less an act of contrition than a blasphemy. Called it the die song. He felt he had to sink him for singing the same thing. Or methodically bowling. Random like a monster ought to be. Bought a pistol and carried on psychotically. Kathy Francis and her sons had no chance to flee. Instead he shot all three numbers escalating. I can't remember. Alright.
Like Alan Bushnell.
So Ida Erga's death day today. She was killed by the Boston Strangler 62 years ago today. Also Jane Sullivan 62 years ago tomorrow by the Boston Strangler. So, of course, here's the Boston Strangler song. A sickness psychiatrist just can't diagnose. He told his wife he was going fishing, more like hunting, though he just got in his car and drove around. When he came to a low-income apartment building, took the door where someone lived alone. He poses the repairman spoke as if he knew something was broken. Savage blood in his blow, and his blood starts to flow. A mess he knows enough to throw the blood. He pulls into the ocean with a tasty one and more. An animal was awoken, a perverted hunger, but the other time they were exposed. Suddenly there was no hope. The fate was sealed, the door was closed. Some were choked with their stockings, their pantyhose. Thanks. So tight and fancy builder files and left notes and poses. Not a lot to go on, mostly messy sexual overtone. Jane Sullivan lay undiscovered long enough to decompose. The darkness came again with puppy bark with Mindy Gilda Girl. Evelyn Corbett, go and grab. He pulled up on the letter home the door. They made a mess before we go ransack up in the dark. The heart was evolving him out. Cops and detectives had no idea they weren't even close. The question grows and grows. Who knows? Could it be his wife chromosome? The sickness psychiatrist can't diagnose. Alright. Little Crow's War began 162 years ago yesterday, so it was going on 162 years ago today. One Direction. effect. These leech-like settlers had massive heaps of bison bones. The flesh was left to fester in the summer heat. A stench of death and destiny was manifested. Guns for greed, no hides to keep them warm. They freeze or starve, no food to eat. Little Crow was more for peace. He is convinced and he agrees it had no choice. The treaty breached. Why should they have to die to keep their word? They learned that words are cheap. Before sunrise, August 18th, they took the fort by force. They believed to take the provisions they needed. 108 years ago, yesterday, the Newberry Six were lynched in Newberry because somebody they knew allegedly stole a pig. So they hung Mary Dennis. They shot Jim Dennis. Bert Dennis was also hung from the oak tree. Stella Young, Andrew McHenry, and Josh Baskin were all hung from the oak tree. I wanted to have the song ready for this time, but it's going to have to wait. I don't have it memorized yet. Alright. Also 108 years ago today, somebody named Madame Bussen was murdered by Henry Landrew. And so here's my Henry Landrew song. Henry had 4 children with his wife, who was also his cousin, in and out of prison, pretending to be something he wasn't. Who knows Bluebeard's true body count? At least 2 shy of a dozen. Most were murdered for their money and then burned up in his oven. My country song, because Ed Gingrich's birthday was yesterday. He turned 58. First Amish murder on record. 7 Amish families came from Crawford County, Pennsylvania, from a remote location. No government regulation, no cars to drip the country grass. I booked the 1980s. Edward could be heard complaining. Working the sawmill was backbreaking. He got sick. Was he faking it to avoid labor? Was he lazy? How could he blame his wife Katie? Was he crazy? Maybe. Divorce was out of the question. They blamed each other. Reverend was unstable. Arguments at the supper table. Both had hateful things to say. Well, Katie felt he would embarrass her in social situations. She threw out Eddie's invitation to the wedding celebration. True, to set him off on a rape. Who knew this would make her feel so betrayed? Ezra Day was of the evangelical denomination. Whether his soul was in any danger, Edward was told of imminent damnation. The pastor was holding him back from salvation. Disaster unfolding off track of conversation. He craved the control of the machine shop. Gave him the chemicals, causing no inhalation. Down on his hands and knees and saying, barking like a dog. Hallucination, his mind was plagued. He prayed to God or Satan. So did Ray. During that frozen hour of fate, there was no hope, was no escape. When first he punched her lights out, then proceeded to stomp out her brain. Disemboweled her with the steak knife. Threw the Bible in the fireplace. It burst the flame. His children shocked and blitzed. Now bloody hell was raised, no comprehension, so profane. The cops show up, Edward maintained his composure as he explains as if it were nothing to investigators. They enter the house, see for themselves, drain the blood out of their snow white faces. The wolf became a sheep, so tame, red-handed. He cooperates. His defense in court was that he was in psychotic state. The jury returned a verdict after a short deliberation. Guilty, though insane, credit for time served, just 2 years to wait. Forced under a corpse contained in a pine box coffin to the grave. Of course, the Amish reputation was never the same, and many lost faith. So, George Burroughs, John Willard, John Proctor, and Martha Career's death day. They were also hung from an oak tree in Salem, Massachusetts, for even more ridiculous reasons. I'm gonna do this one. Way 332 years ago, Mary brought a bag of potatoes to the Reverend's house through the snow. The two had been brought as a slave to Massachusetts, all the way from Barbados. In charge of watching the children, she taught them some voodoo from above and some voodoo from below. The Reverend's own daughter, Betty, was the first to know. And then his niece Abigail was quick to follow. In bits of pandemonium, tangents of gun, demonic dancing toads, fire and brimstone. Or likely have been boredom or just Christ for intention. They sure fooled Reverend Paris though. He beat the tuba till confession came blow for blow. Abigail smiled as if to say I told you so. Witchcraft was diagnosed as strange, I wasn't moving. Go for swords record. show Sarah Osborne died in her cell. The first to grow Bridget Bishop was next. They strung her up out in the open. Margaret Cruz to some tight bleeding head until they finally confessed, but still the accuser flop around to and fro, spit and scream, cry and moan, witches numbers play high and low. In court the spectacle seemed like a twisted joke. The prosecutor spoke to fit and took a note. The magistrate didn't like Susanna Martin's tone, but she couldn't help but laugh at the whole episode. Blasphemy, so they put the noose around her so neither would Giles confess. He was pressed to death with heavy stones. After hardly a few days, his wife Martha was carted up in the gallows. The Harvard graduate George Burroughs, Reverend said to be a wolf, and she's close an enemy of vampire. Number was of those. Kathy Blanche's name was one she quickly chose. He became known as the minister of shadows. To be taken with George Jacobs, also Martha career. John Willard and John Proctor all were hanged in a row. The graves of bodies were thrown in so shallow, a hand protruding from the ground. Welcome sorrow. Mentioned in the air, the devil darted rose again up on the hill for beneath the oak. So watch another a witch choked to death at the head of a rope. When Samuel Wardwell's last words were to be spoke, but cut short by the executioner pipe smoke. Someone said Alice Parker, she took a book. Well, I read a Marblehead, find a coat. Persecution blessed by the Pope, but then the minister's wife was crap was exposed. And they hacked on too far. They love a wolf from one nightmare into another. The fellow 50 years old was sold back into slavery. Probably never babysit again, though. Sarah Goodford, Reverend was 50 hung, choking on his own. Money for Sarah Good promised doing his own. Literally was a witch, how had she known? Lydia Johnson remained locked up time, so could not pay the prison fee. She died alone, death was her release, her ghost was free to roam. But since there was no sleep, no rest, no going home. Alright, real quick. Happy birthday, Auntie Bobo! Real quick, Kara's one song, because tomorrow's Kara's one's birthday. Lawrence Parker, better known as Kara's one. It's kind of, I'm just going to do a little snippet of it, you know. Take for instance, Adam and Eve, the first two people on the planet, or so you believe. The first time I had a kid, they had Cain and Abel. Now let me show you how the story's unstable.
Yeah!
According to the story, according to what you believe, there was only Cain, Abel, Adam, and Eve on the whole planet. Now use your intellect and tell me, what did Cain and Abel do for sex? On the whole planet there was not another. For sex, could it be that they were looking at each other? Hold up, I thought the church wasn't into that, but wait, yeah, still there is another fact. How did the world get populated? Now tell me if I'm wrong, but obviously Eve had it going on. Listen for a minute, I know it gets notorious, but go, geez, check out the chorus. It's not natural if it goes against God. It's not factual, her truth is not hard. It's not natural if it goes against God. It's not factual, give me the truth. I'm smoking. The only thing I smoke anymore, except for weed.
You're not gonna light that firecracker out of your face, are you?
Everything's all wet, so it probably won't even work.
Is this gonna be the damn show?
It's the show! Oh!
It works.